Little Pilgrim's Progress, Part 2, Chapter 79, The Great Dragon. Next to the city of Vanity Fair, there was a large forest, and in this forest lived a terrible dragon. It was a fierce and cruel creature, and the townsfolk were much afraid of it. It was so bold that it often came into the midst of the town and attacked the animals, and sometimes it seized little ones and carried them away to its den. The servants of the wicked prince hated this dragon, but none of them were brave enough to resist it. When they heard its roaring, they fled and tried to hide themselves, so that the savage creature grew more and more bold in its attacks upon them. But the servants of the king had made up their minds to destroy it if they could, and when they heard that Greatheart was staying at the house of Mason, they determined to ask him to go out with them. Greatheart was willing to help them, and one morning the little party went forth in search of the dragon. It came out of the forest to meet them, and did not seem to be in the least afraid of them. Indeed, it was so strong that it could have easily killed them all if they had not been armed with the king's weapons. However, they fought against it with all their might, and although they were not able to hurt it much in the first battle, they drove it back into its den. There it lay for several days, angry and frightened, and did not venture to approach the city. While Greatheart stayed in Vanity Fair, he went out 3 or 4 times with the king's servants to fight the dragon, and before he left the city they succeeded in wounding it, so that much of its strength and power were lost. You may be sure that the townsfolk were very glad when they knew this, and that even the wicked animals could not help honoring Greatheart and his companions for their bravery. At last the time came for the pilgrims to continue their journey. Their friends were sorry to part from them and gave them many presents. Grace and Martha, Mason's 2 daughters, had been waiting for a guide to take them to the celestial city, so their father asked Greatheart whether he would allow them to travel with Christiana. Greatheart answered that it would be pleasant for them to do so. Many of the king's servants came to the gates of this city to bid the pilgrims farewell, and Christiana could not help thinking how good the king had been in making everyone be kind to her and her companions. "We might have been treated no better than Christian and Faithful were," she said to Mercy. "I was afraid that we should be put in prison, but you see we have found friends even here, and the king has kept us safe in the midst of this wicked city."